What is up, Savages? Hope everyone is doing fine tonight. We are live yet again. I was live a little bit earlier doing a top 10 update on basically, my top 10, which really doesn't mean anything, but it's just the top 10 projects that I'm looking at. So not a big deal, but I hope everyone's doing well. Sometimes sometimes I get ideas by comments that viewers make. And in this case, a viewer named Frederick actually mentioned solo mining Grin using Hive OS. Now I'm diving into it a little bit, and I did mining videos on Grin. I don't know, it was quite a few months ago. Actually, that was the video that he commented on was actually my original Grin mining video, and I want to say it was like 7 months ago or something. But I haven't really kept up with Grin that much. I mined it early on, and now that I'm really looking at it again, I am a little bit behind on what they're doing now as far as wallets and nodes and things like that. It looks like they've made it a lot easier for Windows users, which is cool. But in our case tonight, I think that Frederick was probably wanting me to do a video on mining Hive OS, or using Hive OS to solo mine Grin using your own node and your own wallet. But in order for me to do that, I'm gonna have to really get into it. For this video, it's just gonna be mining basically to an exchange, and in this case was BitMesh, the one that I used to use for back in whenever we first started mining Grin. So it's not going to be exactly. I plan on looking at it a little bit deeper and doing the node, the how to do it with a node and your own node and all that stuff. I'm not going to be able to do that tonight. I didn't have time to prep and figure all that stuff out. So, but we are going to take a look at it. So maybe it'll be useful to some people. I don't know. Let's get into it. Welcome to the channel, and if this is your first time here and you want to learn more about crypto mining and crypto related projects, you can get a daily dose of it just by clicking the subscribe button and the notification bell right now, so you don't miss out on anything that I do in the future. Also, it is a lot of benefit if you follow me on Twitter as well, because over here I will occasionally run polls and figure out, like, I'll do a poll for what we're going to mine that night, or various other things. It just depends on what's going on. But it's a madhouse over here on Twitter, crypto Twitter. But I do keep you updated on what's going on with the channel, and like I said, sometimes I run polls and stuff over there. So but it is a way to interact, and I limit everything to 2 platforms. That's YouTube and Twitter, because I think that with all the different social media outlets and things, it just can get really overwhelming really quick. So I try to keep it down to 2. Twitter, YouTube, and you got contact with me, or you're able to interact with me. I do have Discord as well. I use it mainly to send people over there hey, hit me up over there, because sometimes it's a little bit easier to communicate through Discord. So keep all that in mind. Tonight, let's look at solo mining Grin. Now, like I said at the beginning, I have not totally been keeping up with Grin, but I was just doing a little bit of prep right before the show, and I saw that they've got some new stuff that has been going on with the project. They are making it a little bit easier for Windows users to interact and actually participate in the network. So I think that that's kind of cool. For what we're going to do tonight, I think what we'll do is we'll kind of tackle it like it's a random coin mining show, and we'll just use the solo mining aspects of it and configuration. So I was not able to. Let's see, I was trying to collect a little bit of information. I wanted to actually fill this out before we even got started, but back in July, I think mid-July, they forked to Kukuroo D, or they changed to the Kukuroo D platform. And yeah, Shuby, I'm going to talk about that at the end, the giveaway and stuff. And I believe that they did this in order to help get ASICs off of the network. They were worried. I think that there were some on there. Again, I'm not following this project very closely. It's not in my top 10. It probably should be because it's a good privacy coin, but it is not in the top 10. So I'm just not. I mean, I see it and I kind of try to keep up with it, but I'm just not 100% up on it. So let's see here. Let's go to, where should we go? Let's go to miningpoolstats.stream, and I was over here and I was looking around. They don't have the algorithm updated over here. I don't know if that matters or not. Probably not, as far as just the display here. And I believe that what we were going to do, I'm going to use 2miners.com. Because they have solo mining capabilities over there. So what we'll do, let's click on how to start. Is this the solo? No, it's not. So I think that what we have to do, let's see here. I think I had this up earlier. Was it Grin? I think it was Grin solo. No, I'm not going to remember what it is. Hang on a second. Just a second. Let me bring up my notes, I guess you could say. Yeah, solo Grin. I must not. I thought I went there earlier. Solo-Grin. There we go. So this is where we'll kind of start anyway. I think if I click on start, it'll have, yeah, see the solo addresses and stuff are in there now. Before it was just saying Grin, so I just want to get that right. So we're going to copy this address here. This is the, because we're going to be, again, I'm going to do this like I'm solo mining to a pool, not a local node. I will investigate that a little bit further and see what it takes to get that up and running. I'm actually already looking at it. You can kind of see that, like I've got the node running here, and I had the wallet up earlier, but I guess I closed it. So I am looking at it, and I will get that figured out. But for now, let's just run through this part of it. I'm gonna grab this one since I'm in the US. Copy that. Let's see here, minimize that. I don't actually know what the block reward is right now. If anybody's in the chat that knows, let me know. Hey Shuby, yeah, the weather is, it was raining a little bit earlier. What's up, Danico? It was raining a little bit earlier. It's not, and the wind was blowing pretty bad, but not too awful bad. Yes, probably supposed to get bad tomorrow night, I think. But thanks for asking. Let's see, I don't think, I was trying to find the block reward. I think that might be on what's mine. Let's head over here real quick just to poke around just for a minute. Okay, so the block reward, okay, 60, that's right. It's one, I forgot, now I remember. It's 1 per second. I forgot about that, and that's like forever. So, yeah, 60, so that makes sense. All right, we'll get that in there. The receiving address, okay, like I was saying, I'm not gonna, in this video, I'm not gonna be going through the whole local node thing. I will figure that out. Danico, Excel database, you mean this little file here? I could probably put it somewhere where you could grab it, but I have some other, not personal, but I have some just random stuff on here that I don't really want to give to everybody. I could probably break this off, and if you needed this is just something that we've used over the year or so that we've been doing, like a random coin mining show where we document as we go. We document what's needed to actually mine it, you know. But I could probably break this off and maybe put it in like a Google Drive or something and throw it to you that way. I'll look at doing that. What was I saying? Oh yeah, for this video I'm not going to do the local node or the local wallet. I'm going to use BitMesh. So what we will do, and actually this is really cool, I noticed this earlier, 2Miners actually has this cool, yeah, it walks you through how to do it, right? How to set up the solo mining. It gives you some examples here. You have to generate a Grin address on one of the exchanges that support it, right? So you got Bit4X, BitMesh is the one we're going to be using, Hotbit, Poloniex, you know, there are a few. And here's the reason. So you might be wondering, like, okay, why would I be, you know, normally a miner, we always think that it's really bad to mine to an exchange, and typically it is. But in this case, the miner, the wallet, in order for you to receive, remember this is how Mimblewimble works. In order for you to receive, the wallet has to be online. So it puts a little bit of a stress on you as the miner. If you are having to run, if everybody had to run their own node, it would be, I mean, you should run your own node, but what I'm getting at is it's a little bit more of an overhead management part of it. If you have to run your own node and really all you want to do is mine, you don't really want to worry about the node and the local wallet and all that stuff. So you can set it up to mine to an exchange, and that's what we're actually going to be looking at doing tonight. That's the way we're going to do it. So just keep in mind that the wallet has to be online. So that's the goal, or the reason that you would use an exchange is because they're always, I mean, you know, they have a high availability percentage. You know, they're up most of the time, right? Because they're losing money if they're down. So you're kind of relying on them to host your wallet, so to speak. And in this case, we're going to use BitMesh, since I already have an account over there, and I actually have some Grin over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say deposit, because that's what we're going to be doing if we're going to be mining, right? So I'm going to click deposit, and then it's going to throw me this address here to deposit to. I'm going to copy that. So this is my sending address, right? And then if we go back over here to the spreadsheet, actually let me throw it in here. But more importantly, we're going to go to 2Miners because they make this super easy. So check it out. It says put your exchange wallet address right here, right? I'm going to paste that in there. And you might be wondering, okay, well, what's this going to do? You know, this is kind of neat. Okay, so generate. And then it generates this, looks like a cryptographic address, right? Or a cryptographic logon, right? So I think what it does is it just takes this and turns it into a cryptographic hash, right? And then you copy this, and then that's what you're going to use as your logon name for the pool, right? So in your miner software, that's your login name. Like that's your address, right? Because you can't use this, I don't believe, in most cases. Well, actually, for this pool, you certainly can't use this because otherwise they wouldn't even have you generate it, you know, and create this this hash here. So that is really cool. I like that feature of 2Miners. They make it super easy. So let's go over here and we're going to put that after this. Actually, you know what? Since we already created it, I'm just going to overwrite this. So that's what we're going to use as our address. And then we'll put the wallet method as exchange. We'll say BitMesh. All right. Then, since we're doing this like a normal random coin mining show, we'll go ahead and look at values and things like that. Let's go over here to CoinMarketCap. Take a quick look at the market, do a quick refresh. Looking a little bit better today. We'll look at Grin real quick. All right, Grin's looking good, up 15% almost. So we'll go 217 is the value for Grin today. And this is just really cool for documentation purposes. I mean, all this stuff that's grayed out here, you don't really have to have in order to mine. You know, it's just kind of good to have information for reference and things. So the volume, ugh, I don't know about that. All right, it says that the volume is 53 million. I don't know. I can't trust the volume a lot here. I have little faith in that. 43 million is the market cap. I mean, it could be right, but it seems like a lot. This is going to mess it up. I'll just leave it like that. So we'll just put in there the actual volume. All right, and the rank, 93, so they're under 100. That's good. They're on the first page. And then the what to mine page, we already had that up. And we're going to be going 29 today, not 31. 31 is kind of eventually going to be for ASICs and stuff, so I'm going to stick on the GPU 29 here. Bitcoin Talk thread. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Come over here. All right. Again, this is just for reference. What was that? December 28th. And the website actually changed recently too. I believe that it was grin.mw before, and now it's like grintech.org. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of something else, but it seems like the original website was grin.mw. I could be misremembering that part of it, but I don't know. Go there. As far as a mining help website, I don't know of one. And I think for the miners, they want you to hit Gminer pretty much for both, I think. All right, so. Oh yeah, Shuby, save your ETC, man. Everybody in here is like, no, don't tell him that. Let him get drunk and give away all his ETC. That's funny. Yeah, we're gonna do, I'll talk about that at the end. So stick around until the end, but we're gonna do giveaway. So you'll have to stay until the end in order to get the details of that. All right. See, do we have everything set? I think we do. All right, so let's go right over to, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Actually, you know what? I did this a little bit earlier, so this is gonna be super easy because all this stuff is already set up in Hive OS. So yeah, and I normally show you guys what, what I'm actually mining. I know Shuby, I'm just kidding. So I'm mining Bitcash still on the NVIDIA rig, CCX on the AMD rig, and then on the co-owned rigs, these are rigs that I share with other people. We're still mining CCX over there, and we have been for quite some time. So still doing that. All right, so you will start off by creating a wallet in here, and that's where that username comes into play, right? Because we generated this username. Now, you can't use this for any website other than 2Miners or any pool other than 2Miners because you generated it on their website, right? So it's like a capability and they made it really easy. So yeah, traveling tech guy, I was looking at that earlier. I don't know how often, it's all about the luck and how much hash rate you're throwing and well, not hash rate, but graphs per second and all that stuff. So I don't know what you should expect, how long it might take for you to hit a block, right? I don't know. I had a viewer that was asking about this, so I figured I would cover it, but I don't know how long it would actually take. I would recommend, pool mining. That's just me, but You do what you do. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to solo mine, then solo mine. All right. Yeah, back to this though. So 2 miners set this up in their pool to make it super easy. This is the address that you'll use in Hive OS. We're going to come in here and create a wallet. And the address is going to be the one that you generated, right, off of 2 miners website. I always like to hit the arrow key over it, make sure there's no spaces or anything crazy in there. We'll give it a name of Grin YouTube Solo, like that. Then we'll create. So now we got the wallet added. Then we'll create a flight sheet. Grin. The wallet will be YouTube Solo. You can see I was playing with this earlier. And then here's the cool part. Okay, so 2 miners is already listed in Hive OS. So they've already communicated back and forth between the Hive OS devs and the 2 miner pool operators. And they have figured out all the details about how to set up basically a template inside of Hive OS for this particular purpose, or for that pool, right? And for solo mining actually, because what you'll see here in a moment, so I'm going to click on 2 miners, and then it's got right here Solo US, so it's got the solo pool in there already. So I'm just going to select that one, and then if you want, you can bounce that against the list over here, what we came up with whenever we were looking at it, and it is the same, right? Whenever we were doing our investigation, it looks the same. Then I'm going to click apply there. And then because this was already in Hive OS, then whenever we select, choose the miner, remember I was saying we would use Gminer. That's what you use for, typically you're going to use Gminer. It's just the best performing from what I understand. And then we're going to go click on Gminer and then click on Setup Miner Config. And all this is going to be filled out for you, right? So what it's doing here is this wall variable here is this address that we put in the wallet, okay? The worker name variable here, it's a dot and then the worker name, is your rig name or your worker name in workers over here, so whichever one you want to assign it to. So you could use this flight sheet for whichever worker and it would show up in the pool as that worker name. The URL host is the pool. See right here, pool server. You could enter it in manually, like for example, so what this is doing, it's using a variable here inside of Hive OS, but what it's doing, you could come over here if you wanted to. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to, but you could put the pool that you want to use in here, right? So you could go like that. Actually, you would have to, if you did it like this, you'd have to come over here and change this too, because this is your port. It would have to look like that. And then the wallet address. So if you wanted to make this look like it would, man, what happened here? Without variables, right? You could come in here and go like this. And then the worker name, you could name it. You could basically name it whatever you wanted, but in this case, we'll use the NVIDIA rig, which is Kessel. And the password, typically you'll use X here. We don't really need any extra config arguments at this point, but this is basically what Hive OS sees. You're just using the variables based on data that you've already input into Hive OS, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cancel this, and then I'm just going to go right back into it, and then it's going to put the variables back in there. It just makes it a little bit easier because, like, let's say that you did put in your own wallet address here, but then your wallet address changed on the exchange for whatever reason, or you went to a different exchange and then you forgot that you had manually put it in here. Then whenever you change it inside of Hive OS, then it's not going to change it here unless you use the variable, right? If you manually put in the address here, it's not going to change it for you. So that's like the benefit of using these variables inside of Hive OS. Anyway, okay, I'm getting off on a tangent there on variables inside of Hive OS. All right, so apply changes. Let's give it a name of Grin_YouTube, and that's the flight sheet name. So we're going to click create flight sheet. Then we're going to come over here and go back to workers. And since we're using the variable, that's what the name will be on the pool, right? You know, you could have, like I did, I just put in Kessel, right? And if you did that manually, if you overwrote that variable, then it would just name it whatever you, that's what would show up on the pool, is Kessel in this case. But because, you know, we're using the variable, it's going to be the full name. All right, so we're going to choose the checkbox next to that rig. This is an NVIDIA rig, so it's going to be better for Grin algorithm. All right, and then we're going to click on Rocket, and then we're going to click on Grin. And in this case, we're going to scroll down. You don't have to click on this. This just helps you filter, right? Because otherwise you got to scroll down through here like that. It's kind of crazy. So I just like to click on the one that we just created. We're going to click on Grin YouTube, SavageMine, apply. Then that rig is going to restart. Let me check the chat real quick, see what y'all are doing. Yeah, Hive OS, I don't have like a buggy feeling about it. It does have a few little quirks, like what I just did. It's probably a good thing to go ahead and reboot it as well, because I just assigned it a new flight sheet, new algo, new everything. And if you look right here, it's still on Bitcache, right? But technically it's not. If I do a refresh, which is kind of a buggy thing to me, not really buggy, but kind of a quirk where you have to hit refresh. It seems like they could build it into the background to refresh, you know, every so often or whatever. And they might have that. I probably just don't even know about it, but I like to keep this cleaned up too. So you can see right here that it's already mining Grin. Another thing, so I like to reboot it also. I'm not going to reboot it now, but normally right after I assign a flight sheet, I will go ahead and reboot it. Let me switch over to the system here. So you can see this is the monitor that's attached to this rig that's actually mining Grin. So you can see that it's working as far as the mining part goes. Now we're not going to be able to really like test, because I mean it might be weeks, like we were saying earlier, it might be weeks before you hit a block. So it's not really gonna, there's not really a way, I mean there's probably a way of testing the whole communication with the exchange. But in this case, you can tell that it's working, you know, it's mining to that pool. So if we go over here to 2miners pool, and let me grab this address, make sure I got that. I'm going to go over here to the pool just to verify that I am actually talking to it and everything. So if I go back to the pool and I put in the miner address here and then click search, then it should come up with some data. Okay, so here we go. The miner stats for that particular address, the address that we generated. It says I've got one worker online, great. I submitted a share 21 seconds ago, great. Oh, the block. Oh, here's the block reward again too. Yeah, I did see this earlier. So it's 128 bucks, you know, for 59 Grin right now, which is great. 59.1. Let's see here. Yeah. So all this is going to be like 0 because it's just starting. And it's showing right here, remember this was the worker name, right? From Hive OS, because we used the variable. If we didn't use the variable, it would have been whatever we named it manually. And it tells you right here, since you start to mine, your hash rate grows gradually. Okay, I don't know, that's not really proper grammar, but I don't think. But basically it's saying that over time, your hash rate is going to increase, right? On the website, and you can see it's happening already. So don't freak out if it doesn't match what your Hive OS is saying. Hive OS is saying, you know, 29 over here. Pool's only saying 5 right now. So don't worry about that. It will grow as time goes on. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think we're done. as far as that goes. That was pretty easy, actually. Again, though, I am going to look a little bit deeper into the, having your own node, having your own wallet, setting up, how to set up Hive OS, because I'm interested in it now. I want to figure out how to do it. It's all command line stuff, or a lot of it's command line stuff. So it is interesting to me. So I kind of want to dive into that, and I will figure that out. Hopefully by tomorrow night. Maybe I'll do another one on Grin and solo mining, but using your own node and own wallet and stuff. That'll be kind of neat. But what Shuby was talking about earlier is I didn't do 1,000 subscriber giveaway like I wanted to. I kind of had a personal deadline that I put out there. I was like, hey, if I get 1,000 subscribers by this certain date, then I'll do this giveaway. And it never materialized that way because we just missed the deadlines a little bit, so I just kind of let it go. Well, now I'm at like 1,100, I think, something like that, subscribers. And Shuby has been a great viewer, supporter, all that stuff. He's the mod of my room, or my channel here, my channel. And he does a great job, and he's been wanting to do like a giveaway for a long time. And he actually gave away, what was it, Friday night or Saturday? One of those nights. I think it was Friday night. He gave away 2 ETC that night, 2 Ethereum Classic. Super awesome. I mean, it was kind of like random too, because I was trying to do a giveaway, the right way as far as like random, but he ended up giving it away to 2 people that were talking about Ethereum Classic. So congratulations to them. But what we are planning on doing this Friday night, is we're going to do a potentially 5 Ethereum Classic giveaway. So Shuby is going to donate 3. I'm going to donate 2. So that's going to be 5 total, if my math is right. And the way it'll work is you have to comment on potentially this video once it's posted. Now the chat's not going to work. You can't post it in chat to qualify for the giveaway. You have to comment on the video after it's posted, after it's live, right? So whenever it's just out there, not live, no longer live, a regular posted video. And you have to say something like, I want that ETC, or something along those lines. Just mention ETC in the comment. You can say whatever you want, but just make sure that that's in there, so that we know that you have an ETC, an Ethereum Classic address that we'll be able to actually send you if you win, right? Kind of makes sense. So you want to mention ETC in the comment, and you can comment on any or all of them, all the videos this week from Monday through Thursday. Unless maybe I might if I do 2 videos on Friday or whatever, then maybe that earlier video you can comment on that one too. So the way we'll do it is you comment on one of those videos, and let's say that there are 6 videos throughout the week, then I'll randomly pick one of those. Now for every 10 likes, oh, I forgot that part. So for every 10 likes of the live stream on Friday, I know this gets really complicated. I need to make like a picture or something so that you know what's going on. It's really simple though. To enter, all you need to do is comment, I want that ETC or something like that on one of the videos throughout the week. Any video throughout the week. Any of my videos throughout the week. And then I'll choose one of the videos for every 10 likes of the live stream on Friday. I'll choose I'll randomly choose a number between 1 and 6, however many videos there are that week. And from that video, then I'll do a random comment, not a generator, but a picker, random comment picker. And as long as that comment that's picked has something about ETC in it, then that's going to be the winner, right? So hopefully that makes sense. I'm probably not explaining it like really clearly, but just comment on the videos throughout the week after they're posted, not live. Then show up Friday night to the live stream, probably at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. And for every 10 likes that we get during the live stream, we'll give away an ETC. Hopefully that makes sense. That's all you got to do. So 2 things. You could comment on all of them, all the videos throughout the week. and show up Friday night to the live stream, and then everything will be great at that point. All right. Anybody got any questions? That was not very clear, but it was about as clear as I can make it. It's tough to do giveaways, man, and make it fair, right? Because we tried to do it last week. Shuby was trying to do it in the chat, and it's just, you know, I don't. People don't comment sometimes, but they're watching, they're viewing. So in order for it to be fair, like those people that are viewing but not commenting or not chatting, you know, how do I get their names? They don't show up over here. I have to, you know, so I was trying to copy names, and it just turned into a disaster. So did a little bit of research and recommendations from other YouTubers on how to do a proper giveaway and make it fair and make sense, right? Even though I didn't explain it like very clearly, but you know, again, the only thing you have to do, comment, I want that ETC on one of the videos throughout the week. Show up to the live stream on Friday night. That's when the giveaway will happen. So easy. That is easy. If I explain it like that, it's pretty easy. All right, let's see what is going on over here. Yeah, I'm rambling, so I think people are dipping out of here. Only 3 people watching. All right, so I'm going to end it right there. I will see you guys tomorrow night, probably same time, 9:30. I'm going to do a little bit of homework on the whole Grin node thing. Hopefully this made sense. Probably not what Frederick was looking for. I think that he's running his own node and all that stuff, so that's what I'm going to look into. I will see you guys next time. Hey, what's up, Crypto Windio? It's funny for you to show up at the end like this. Did you do I don't know, I didn't see an alert for your live stream, but if you want to learn anything about technical analysis, check out Crypto Windio's channel over on her YouTube. Let me bring it up real quick here. So it looks like this. She does a great job, super smart, wicked smart, and all that stuff. Yeah, check her out. It's cool stuff over there. On the technical analysis side, not necessarily mining. I'm trying to get her up on mining, but we'll see how that goes. All right, I will see you guys next time. Stay savage.